You go to and you read about the Oracle of Delphi, and go read about these different, goddesses that the white man worshipped. The goddess of Diana and the goddess of what's the other one I'm looking for? Name starts with an A. One of them. Nah, not Asher. That's in Babylon. One of them white goddesses.
Athena.
Athena. You gonna read about you hear about Athena and the goddess of Athena, the temple set up to Athena. Well, in order for you to go pay homage to Athena, you would go break bread and then have sex with the priest. Some nasty slut that's in there blowing and sucking and riding everybody who come bring a gift to Athena.
Right.
That's how ancient peoples worship their gods.
Right.
So black men today who get into Egyptology talking about black women as the god or worshiping black women, they are still in the mindset of going to pay to have sex with a woman.
Right.
And that's all ancient cultures have ever done. We are the first people who ever dealt with women the way they were supposed to be dealt with.
That's right.
You understand? Who appreciated women for their value beyond what they vagina do. And the reason why we are that way is because of the laws that God gave us in the Bible. To understand what a woman's true value is and what the true purpose of a woman is. That's why we the only nation who refuse to hide the reality that a man can have more than one woman.
Right.
You understand? These other cultures, these other races on the planet, they don't sit down with their woman and get to talk, let their woman argue and reason with them about why they need to have another woman. You the only one that's going through that. You got a woman that's down with you, and you go get another woman and she want to complain and argue and have a conversation about it. Just know that because you are an Israelite who the Lord gave these laws to, that conversation only exists because of how honorable and righteous you are.
That's right.
Because these other cultures, these men go beat their women. You've been that open your mouth. I grew up with cats who was East Indians. You understand? Daddy a doctor, mama a lawyer. Daddy was beating mama ass every day after work.
Right.
You understand? Been open your mouth and say a goddamn thing to me. Chinese, same thing. You want to know why Chinese women are so timid and quiet? It's because they get their mouth popped if they say something sideways.
Right.
You understand? The white man, forget about it. He's the caveman. He beat his woman over the head with a club and locked her in the basement for 3 days.
Right.
Feed the bitch oatmeal with no milk and no sugar. You understand? Them white women is, yes sir, no sir. You thinking you get you something wonderful, you go get you a white woman. She's used to being, trained in the basement for 3 days.
Right.
You want to know why she's so nice and appreciative of you? Because you're weak. Everybody understands that. You look at the history of the world, these other cultures have never respected women besides, the orgasm that they can get from.
Right.
Black man, you the only one that's ever known how to respect a woman because you the only one that got the laws of God. Everybody understand that? But we go back to these worshiping these false gods and these other religions and these other cultures. All of the worship of women was just the worship of prostitutes. Everybody understand? So the white man's culture has always been full of prostitution and homosexuality and pedophilia and men, a 3-day party where they just get drunk and have sex with each other in the pool. The white man is a nasty, disgusting monster. Everybody understand? Go ahead, Ashtawa, you gonna say something?
If I could, two things. For one, hey, slow.
So go ahead, what was you saying, Ashtawa?
Salakia, two things. One, these devils, after they done ruined everything in our neighborhood, in our lives with the drugs they bought, and they got that movie coming out where they said the CIA bought the drugs in with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And for two, I work at a hotel, and them Edomites be buying prostitutes all the time.
Yeah.
Some of them be good.
Yeah.
Some of them be good.
Most of them be men.
So they supposed to be away on business.
Yeah.
They come up to the hotel, go sit at the bar with them. They say, they upstairs,
Yeah.
come down, get another one, go back upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But here's the thing. That job that you do at that hotel is a job that black men have been working for 400 years.
Right.
And for 400 years, we have been forced to respect a people who we know are beneath us.
Right.
You understand? And these jobs that we have as being doorman and the valet cat or the bartender at the bar or the bus boy at the restaurant, you get to really quietly see how disgusting white people are.
Right.
These cats is having sex with men boys and girls and doing all types of evil and disgust, but you're supposed to respect them.
Right.
You're supposed to treat them with honor and dignity. You're supposed to, respect their flag and all of this. Fuck the white man.
That's right.
He's a goddamn beast and a monster, and he doesn't deserve anybody's respect.
Right.
The white man is when you look at the white man, you are looking at the culmination of all heathen ambitions from the beginning of time.
Right.
Every heathen race that ever existed, every heathen empire that's ever been on the earth, they've dreamed of having what the white man has. And what the white man has is not only the freedom to do what he wants, but he has the authority over God's children to ignore what it is that they say. You understand? Which is why the work that we're doing and then here is so important, because in every empire, in every civilization, we have been the men that the Lord chose to be the voice against it.
That's right.
And it is a very important responsibility to be the man who stands against all the evil that this world is pushing down on everybody. You understand? A lot of times you grow up dreaming about being a fireman and a policeman, or you want to be Batman and Superman. I look at y'all right now. I know some of y'all had the Superman draw. How many of y'all had the Superman underwear? You just in the mirror, 4 years old. Well, listen, the Lord then gave you opportunity to be that Superman. You understand? To be Batman and, Mega Man. I played video games when I was little. I wanted to be Mega Man. But guess what? The Lord given all of us the opportunity to be that hero, to be that savior. And all it takes is for you to stand up against the evil of this world and be the example of what brothers and sisters should aspire to be. You know what I'm saying? Be the beacon of hope and light for brothers and sisters who are lost in this evil world, knowing that's an evil world, and want to do better. Everybody understands? All right, so before I get to the questions, I see the brother had Zephaniah 3:9. Somebody wanted to break down on John 1:14. So before we get into that, let me go into some scriptures, all right? Let me get Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. This past week, man, everybody know about the whole Donald Trump thing. He called the NFL players who kneeling sons of bitches. After that, all the NFL players came out on Sunday. Everybody kneeling down on the knee. Everybody, joining in on the protest. And what's being lost is this damn thing that Colin Kaepernick started is not about a goddamn flag. Everybody understands that? Right. The brother started kneeling for the national anthem because he wanted to address the murder of innocent black people. Right. You understand? He wanted to address the police brutality problem that exists in this country. And for a long time, this brother was by himself doing that protest. He had some cats on other teams doing it, but it wasn't until Donald Trump opened his mouth that now everybody wants to show unity and solidarity and everybody kneeling. And now the conversation isn't even about police brutality anymore.
Right.
The conversation isn't even about black men being murdered in the streets. The conversation is now about a goddamn flag. Everybody understands? And there's a lesson to be learned in this, in that there's only one way to truly be revolutionary. There's only one way to truly stand up and speak against the evil that's happening to your people. And that cannot come with you giving the white man any chance and any opportunity to join hands with you. Everybody understand? So I'm going to give you a couple scriptures on that. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33.
Okay.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. Because the most disgusting thing I saw was Monday night. The damn, all right, the number to call in is 515-605-9379. Again, 515-605-9379, all right? I was saying the most disgusting thing I saw this past week was on Monday. Cowboys played on Monday night. And they went out on the field before the flag came out. And before the national anthem was sung, the owner of the team had everybody come out to the middle of the field and take a knee. But they didn't take a knee during the national anthem. They didn't take a knee when the flag was on the field.
Right.
They took a knee way before that.
Right.
And it just goes to show you how much of a disgusting bastard the white man is, because he knows the whole point of the protest being during the national anthem and while the flag is on the field is to disrespect it.
Right.
And the reason why it was necessary to disrespect the flag and disrespect the anthem is to show white people, if you mad about this flag and you mad about this anthem, how the hell you think we feel about black people dying?
That's right.
White people so proud that they mad about a flag and they mad about a song, but they telling us that we shouldn't be mad about people dying.
Right.
I've seen more people die in the past 2 years than I saw in my entire life.
Right.
All the Terminator movies and Scarface, I ain't seen more death in none of the movies that I've seen in America the past 2 years.
That's right.
My whole life growing up, all the violent movies and the violent video games can't compare to the past 2 years I've seen what happened to black people.
Right.
This cat had the balls to say, fuck your flag. Fuck your song. My people are dying.
Right.
And now, because the president said he's a son of a bitch, they will now have everybody kneeling and protesting to show unity and solidarity. This was never about no goddamn unity or solidarity. It was about black people dying. Now we not talking about black people dying no more because we got to be unified against what? Solidarity against what? That's the problem with allowing white people to join in anything that you do.
Right.
They say for years we was crazy, we was radical, we racist and we black supremacists. Well, goddamn, is there any other way to be?
Right.
Is there any other way to make people realize that this is an evil ass place and the white man is the devil?
Right.
Is there any other approach that we can take? We done seen everybody take different approaches. The white man does not want to hear what you have to say. So guess what? Your message can't be for white people.
Right. That's right.
You can't be speaking. We never go out the streets and speak to white people. We're speaking to black people, letting black people know the white man is the devil. America is going to be destroyed. God hates this place because of the evil that's going on. And because God hates this place, he's going to destroy it. Now, what does that mean for you, black man? You going to be destroyed with it, or you going to save yourself by turning back to the Lord?
Right.
And that's the only way that you can be revolutionary. That's the only way that you can affect change. Because everything else is what the Lord said through Jeremiah in the scripture here. Read.
Khan. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
The Lord said, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Why do you trim your ways to seek love? And that is what black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians have been doing since the beginning of time. Since the Lord brought us out of the land of Egypt, we've constantly been trying to find ways to be less of ourselves and more of our oppressors.
Right.
And the Lord said, why are you doing that to yourself? Why do you trim your ways? Why is it that black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the only ones on the planet who cannot be themselves?
Right.
Who cannot have their culture? How many times you gone to the 7-Eleven and you seen the East Indian in there with the red dot on his forehead?
Right.
He ain't trimming his ways.
Right.
How many times you gone to court and seen the white? Everybody in court got on suit and tie, right?
Right.
Everybody shaved face. How many times you gone to court and seen a white cat with a beard down to his chest, that little ass hat on his head?
Right.
He ain't got to trim his ways to seek love.
Right.
How many every time you go in a Chinese store and that little fucking cat is sitting right there when you about to order your food with the arm going back and forth.
Right.
They serving you all the fried rice and chicken wings, but guess what? They ain't leave that Buddha over there.
Right.
That Buddha right there in your face like, hi, nigga. That little cat, I hate that shit. I don't know what that is. But that one there, he just holding his belly, smiling, arm going back and forth all day. I hate that shit. I pray the day come we just go raid all them goddamn Chinese food places. Gather all them little ass cats and them little Buddhas. Throw them in the middle of the goddamn street and burn them. Burn all of them. No more happy fun time cats, man, looking at me when I go get my goddamn food. Everybody understand? The Lord said, why do you trim your ways to seek love, man? You ain't got to shave your beard. You ain't got to talk proper. You ain't got to put on the suit and tie. You ain't got to abandon your culture. Everybody understands?
Right.
But guess what? You do have to be professional. You do have to be dignified. You do have to maintain your integrity.
Right.
You do have to be non-compromising. Everybody understands? And that is what the Lord gave us with these laws. I can be fully professional and articulate and deal with white people in a way that they going to do business with me, and I dress just like this.
That's right.
You understand? There's a way that you can be the man the Lord called you to be and be at peace with all men, because that's what this life is about.
Right.
You understand? We walk the streets, we see white people. I'm going to the Rite Aid, old white lady behind me. I don't, grab the door and close it and say, white bitch, you can't get in here. I don't do that. Open the door, hold the door for the old white bitch. Let her go in there. You understand? I go to the store, you know what I mean? I go to the Wawa, open up the door. It's a white cat behind me. I told him, hey, go ahead in there. He's like, you go. All right, I'll go. You know what I'm saying? But if I say, hey, man, go ahead in, he go in, no sweat.
Right.
Those things are not compromising who you are.
Right.
That's not trimming your ways to seek love. Right. But going out of your way to not be who you are to impress somebody else is what the Lord is against. I seen that cat Ray Lewis this week on both his fucking knees. And it's after he said that he don't care about the protest. He think it's wrong to kneel before the flag and kneel before the anthem because that disrespect all of the military people and the first responders and all that bullshit. He was on both his knees this past week.
Right.
Before the Baltimore Ravens game. Then when the niggas called him out on it, Shannon Sharp was cat. I like this cat. He in the world, and he on TV, but he's a nigga. Right. Shannon Sharp don't give a fuck. He tell it straight like it is. You understand? He said, man, Ray Lewis let me down. He sat right here and said he was never protesting. I look on the TV, he on both his knees. Well, the faggot Ray Lewis came out today and said, I wasn't protesting, I was praying for God.
Oh, good.
The way I say it, it should be two ways. Either you stand for the flag or you pray to God. So he's saying either you standing on your feet or you on both knees. He is a faggot.
Right.
He is the reason why we've always had problems with every nation that we've ever been in captivity under, because he's the one who looks at you like you just a nigga because you won't conform and be what the slave master wants you to be. He's the one who was in the wilderness mad at Moses because these niggas wasn't eating milk and honey no more.
Right.
Mad at Moses because he pulled them out of the land of Egypt where everything was wonderful while our people were starving and dying. Right. Those men we have got to ostracize and get away from us. Everybody understand? Those men and women who refuse to see the dire straits that we are in as a people and refuse to be a part of this movement, which is going to change the way that we think and the way that we live and the way that we react towards oppression, we're going to have to just get rid of them niggas.
Right.
Everybody understand? Because their train of thought is detrimental to our way of life.
Right.
You cannot be a man. You cannot have integrity and honor if at every sign of adversity, you just drop to both your knees.
Right.
Damn that. Everybody understand? The Lord said, why do you trim your ways to seek love? What happens when you trim your ways to seek love? Read on.
Khan. Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways?
You have taught the wicked ones your ways. Everybody understands that. When you allow these people in, you teach them how they can take advantage of you.
Right.
You teach them how they can abuse you. You teach them how they can misuse you. Everybody understand? When the Lord said, why do you trim your ways to seek love? Meaning, why do you compromise yourself?
Right.
If the brother started a protest against the flag and against the national anthem because of the murder of black people, how can white people be a part of that?
Right.
It's impossible. White people, you mean you're going to ask white people to go against their belief, go against their ideology, go against what makes them great for you? When does that ever happen? When has any civilization ever turned on itself for the benefit of the people that they conquer? It will never happen. So guess what? If you want a way out, you cannot compromise with the oppressor. You cannot invite the oppressor in. You can't say to the man who's ruling over you, all right, come on in to our headquarters and see what we're dealing with so that you can be better equipped to help us. No, that's not how it works.
Right.
He's going to be invited in. He's going to sit there, listen and learn, and then he's going to know how to destroy you.
Right.
That's what the Lord said when you trim your ways. We have got to be non-compromising, which is why the gift the Lord has given us through Commander General Yohana and ISBK is so precious in these days that we live in, because we are the only men who are not at all willing to trim our ways. Everybody understand? And because of that, the enemy is never going to learn our ways. And guess what? Here's the thing. The white man knows our ways. The white man knows, because of his study of history and, other past civilizations, he knows that we are the beginning of the crumbling of this society. He knows that the reemergence of the prophets of God, the priests of the Lord, the men of Israel is the beginning of the end of his empire, which is why he's fighting so hard to stop this from being able to get out. Everybody understands? The Lord said, why trim your ways to seek love? Read it again, read the end again.
Con. Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
The Lord said, you taught the wicked ones your ways. By allowing the white man and allowing these sellout coons to be a part of whatever movement that black people have had in the past, all of those movements have been destroyed.
Right.
Now we got to learn from the lessons of the past and never make those same mistakes again. And the only place you're going to find where those mistakes are not being made is in the ISUPK.
That's
right. Commander General Yohan. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Most not correct. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Con.
Go ahead.
If I could, real quick, I seen Captain Mashak teaching on the street, right? I was watching an old video where he was telling the white man, I don't want your love, I want your respect. And then, like, as he broke it down, I was realizing the reason why so-called white people don't respect us is because we keep asking them for help. Like, it's like having a child in your house that's grown, but he acting grown towards you, but you paying for everything. Like, you see that you feeding him. Like, white people see they feeding us, so that's, like, why they don't respect us. We don't like the police, but we still have to call them and ask them to deal with our kids and everything else. Like, we need to come back to ourselves and fix ourselves, or otherwise he just gonna keep doing what we do because he don't respect us. He would rather watch us fight. He would respect us more if we fought than he would if we keep begging him for welfare and help and to get us out the hurricane and everything else. Like, he don't respect us because of that.
You're right.
So it was powerful when Captain Mashak was making it out. He said, I don't want the white man love, I want his respect.
Well, here's the thing. The problem, we would have had the white man's respect as a nation if it wasn't for sellout niggas.
Right.
This ain't the first, the times that we living in now, this ain't the first time black people went through this. We're going through the same thing our grandparents went through in the civil rights movement.
Right.
I'm talking about this, when the stuff that's happening to make black people say, man, this shit crazy. You go anywhere and talk to black people, everybody's like, yeah, man, this shit crazy. These white people, wow, man, they killing us, and everybody is on the same page. We was in the same spirit 2 times before this. Not 2 times, but in recent history. Our grandparents went through it and our parents went through it. Our grandparents went through it with the civil rights movement in the 60s.
Right.
Black people was fed up with these crackers. They was done with these crackers. They was done taking shit off these devils. I'm talking about that's how they talk. I'm done taking shit off these crackers. That's how you go talk to your grandfather. There was a time when that was the spirit on black people. But then they sent in Martin Luther King.
Right.
They sent in the civil rights people. And they tricked black people into saying, they told black people, yeah, we're going to revolt. We're going to change this place. We're going to go down to Washington. We're going to march. We're going to make these white people give us what we want. And when black people got down there in Washington, Martin Luther King said, I had a dream. And we're going to all hold hands and be in brotherhood. And when that speech was over, he got on the plane and went back to wherever the hell he was at, Atlanta. Right. Black people were stuck, still standing there.
Right.
So we was duped, you understand? We was tricked into believing that things was going to change, but what happened? Leadership sold us out.
Right.
Same thing happened in the late 70s, early 80s. The generation that rose up in the late 70s and the 80s were going to change things for black people.
Right.
We was going to completely reshape America and take black power, some of the black power and the afros and all that, the 70s Black Panthers.
Right.
We was ready to take over America and really change the face of black America. That's back when the school, ISUPK, was super strong.
Right.
Thousands, 100,000 of brothers. That's when the white man bought in crack. That's when he bought in heroin. That's when he stopped giving niggas jobs and really made a divide in the community. And guess what? Guess who was behind all of that dope and everything coming into the black community? Sell out black leaders. Right. Because while crack and everything came in, you had black mayors all across the country. You had black senators. You had black police chiefs. None of them drugs and stuff would have been able to come in if black people weren't complicit in what the white man was doing. So on 2 separate occasions, we've been at a point where we was done with white people shit and ready to overthrow this place. And on both occasions, sellouts came and gave the white man a way to destroy us, and that's why the white man don't respect us. You understand? This time around, there ain't gonna be no selling out because there's men now who are strong and who have learned from mistakes of the past and who got the spirit of the Lord on them.
That's right.
And we ain't gonna make the same mistakes again. Everybody understand? So you ain't. You right. But the white man is at a place now where he's going to respect us because he's not gonna have a choice. Look at Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Con. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
The Lord said, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. You don't have any wisdom if you're a black man in these days and you ain't mad at what's going on with your people. You don't have no wisdom if you're Hispanic or Native Indian and you're not mad at what you see going on with your people. The Lord said, oppression make a wise man mad. Read on.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. What you see going on with them protests in the NFL is you saw oppression making wise men mad, but now the gift has come and destroyed the minds of those men who were mad at their oppression.
Right.
You understand? Them few brothers that was kneeling, they was wise because they was like, man, this white man is the devil. My people dying. I'm gonna make a statement. But now everybody's kneeling. What's the statement being made now? Does anybody know? Come on with it, Yaquan.
What was that?
All right. Before, when Colin Kaepernick started kneeling, right? The few brothers that was kneeling with him, they were making a statement, right? What is the statement they were making? The statement they were making was, we ain't going to sit quietly while black people die in the streets. Right? Now that Donald Trump said what he said, and now the owners are coming out and everybody's kneeling, now what is the statement? Jacquard.
If I may, not to disrespect the flag.
No.
Or the country.
That's not what. Okay. You own it, but that's not the statement that's being made. It went from a few brothers kneeling because of the dying of black people. Now everybody's kneeling. For what? They ain't kneeling for the dying of black people, are they? Zaman.
They kneeling because of Donald Trump.
They kneeling because they against Donald Trump.
Right.
When who gives a fuck what Donald Trump's saying?
Right.
That ain't what is. That's not the problem in the black community.
Right.
That's not the. We ain't protesting against the brothers who started kneeling. Wasn't protesting Donald Trump. Right. They was protesting the murder of black people.
Right.
You understand? But the men, now that everybody's kneeling, that's the white man giving them a gift. At first, the white man was. At first, they was showing that they was oppressed. They was mad. That's why they was kneeling. Now the white man coming and saying, we all going to kneel. Right. We all going to be together. Now, what's happening to the brothers who was making that statement about oppression, about the murder of black people? It's destroyed now. Everybody understand that? Come on, man.
I was just going to say, when Kaepernick started, Barack Obama was still the president.
It had nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It was about addressing the problem of black people.
Yes.
Now you done let the white man in there. Mm-hmm. Now niggas don't even know why they mad.
Right.
You don't know why they kneeling. Why the hell you kneeling? They reporters ain't gone around.
Sure.
Why you kneeling? For unity. Unity about what? Be unified. That ain't what. That's not what this is about.
Sure.
You understand? The gift destroyeth the heart, and that's what we've faced that for centuries. Dealing with this white man. Every time we mad and we raise up, white man come and offer a gift to a few niggas. He come offer a couple niggas a buyout. They take that buyout, and guess what? All the whole wisdom behind the oppression is gone now.
Right.
Don't take a gift from these devils. Don't accept any symbolic gestures of forgiveness or sorrow. Damn that. We go out to camp, we speak the white man as the devil. The white man want to come kiss our boots, then he can come kiss our boots. That's his right. The scripture say he's supposed to do that. But that don't mean he's not going to be a slave in the kingdom.
Right.
That don't mean he ain't the devil no more. That don't mean, he going to be able to come in here and join us. Right. Damn that. That's never happening. Everybody understands. No matter what symbolic gestures crackers want to do,
right,
you're never going to be able to be a part of this. And that's how we got to start thinking and living. Everybody understands. Give me Isaiah 51:23. Because the Lord prophesied that no matter what, this enemy was not going to be able to find a way out of his punishment. There's a punishment coming down on this white man, and no matter what he does, whether he's on the right side or the wrong side, he's still going to have to answer for all of the evil that has been done to our people. Everybody understands? The problem is too many of our people aren't realizing that his time is at hand.
Right.
These niggas that sell out coon Negroes, they look at the white man like he God. And because they look at him like he God, they think the white man is going to rule forever and be in power forever, which is why they've always turned their back on us.
Right.
Read Isaiah chapter 51, verse 23.
Come on, Khan. The book of Isaiah, chapter 21, verse 51, verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body at the ground.
The Lord said he is going to put it into the hands of the people that have afflicted us, that have told us to bow down so that we may go over. For hundreds of years, this white man has told you to bow down so that he could walk on your back.
Right.
Everybody understands? Same way a man would take a coat, and in the old days, I don't know, y'all know, none of y'all young cats don't know about this chivalry thing. You want to get a woman, this is something amazing you do for a bride. It's raining outside, take your coat off, lay it on the puddle. Let her walk over your coat. Brother, you get all the meat that night. Y'all don't know about that, but listen, the white man has done that to us.
Right.
He's told us, lay on the ground so I can walk over your back to get the way I'm going. And that is how America was built. America was built on these people walking on our backs. Everybody understand? Literally and figuratively. The Lord said the people who afflicted us, who told us to bow down that they may go over, read on. And so like the Lord, they asked us to bow down so that they could go over. And guess what? We bowed down. We laid in the streets. We put our backs up strong so that the white man could walk over into greatness. Everybody understands that? The white man's empire is great because he has abused and mistreated and walked on us. Everybody understands? The Lord said there is a judgment for that. There is something that is going to have to be repaid for all of the advancement that this white man has had because of how he's walked on our backs. Read.
And as the street to them that went over.
Read on.
Verse 52. Chapter 52, verse 1.
Salaki, hold up. Should be something more on there. Salaki, the Lord said in the beginning, he said, I will put it into the hand of them. Salaki, I got to read one verse up. Read verse 22. After verse 23, read verse 22. So the Lord said, I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. So there's some of us who have laid ourselves on the ground for this white man to walk over. We've given our spirit to this white man for him to walk over. That's the Ray Lewis. That's the Charles Barkley. That's the, all the sellouts and the coons who talk evil about black people. It's because they've given their soul to this white man.
Right.
You understand? They not just gave their body. We all slaves in one aspect or another. You got to go to the white man for a job in order to be able to put a roof over your head and clothes on your back and food on the table, right? So physically, we all slaves. But you ain't got to give your spirit to this white man.
Right.
You ain't got to give your soul to him. You ain't got to give your love to him, your allegiance and your loyalty. But for those who have given them all of that, they bowed their soul down as the street for the white man to walk over. The Lord said he's going to return that to the white man. Read verse 22.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 22. Thus saith the Most High. Thus saith the Most High, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
There was a time that the Lord established for us to be punished, for us to be in captivity, for us to be ruled over by this white man. But the Lord said in the end, he's going to take that cup out of our hands and he's going to give that cup to the white man. And we living in those times where the Lord is starting to show the earth who this white man is so that everybody can rally against him and bring him down. Everybody understands?
Come on.
As this time goes on with this whole thing with North Korea and Russia and China and all of this espionage and spy shit and government leaks and all of that going on, the Lord wants us to separate ourselves from everybody and just focus on finding our way of life, finding our path forward so that we can establish who we're going to be when all of the dust clears and all of the smoke settles. Everybody understand? And in these times, it's definitely important, black man, that you come back to realizing who you are and where your true power lies. Your power does not lie in loving the white man. Your power doesn't lie in voting. Your power doesn't lie in, any democratic processes that the white man has established. Your power lies in obeying the Most High of your forefathers, the power that created the heavens and the universe, and the path to serving him is right here in this Bible, and it's only being taught by the priests and prophets of the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Everybody understand that? So let's come up over that. Let me deal with some of the questions that brothers and sisters had in the classroom, all right? Brothers and sisters that posted questions earlier, if I could, post the questions again so I can deal with them, all right? Anybody got any questions? Post them in the. Oh yeah, it's like, come on, Samar.
Hey, I was trying to find out. Like we watch a lot of American news networks.
Yeah.
And they portray Kim Jong Un as like this madman. But I'm just trying to find out if maybe like what is North Korea's real issue with America? Like we like all we get is American side. But like, is it something that Americans oppressing them or something?
North Korea's problem with America is our problem with America.
Okay.
The white man is the devil. He's a liar. He's a deceiver, and he does everything to destroy your people.
Okay.
North Korea hates America because during the Korean War, right? Go back to the 60s and the 50s, right? Korea was trying to unify. Meaning you had Korea and the whole country. Korea was just one country. And Korea was divided between ideas. One group of people wanted a democracy. Another group of people wanted communism. They fought each other. The communists won. They was going to take over the country and Korea was going to be a communist country. America could not let Korea become communist because America needed Korea.
Right.
Because if Korea would have became communist, then you would have had China, Korea, Vietnam, Taiwan, all of that would have fallen to communism. So for America to be able to take advantage of the people in Asia, they had to keep a stronghold there. So America went and fought a war in Korea. They sent tanks and planes and troops to kill the communist Koreans. And they bombed the Koreans. I'm talking about something horrible and vicious. I'm talking about the death they brought down on Korea is ridiculous. Like the death they brought down in the Middle East.
Right.
Like the death they brought down on the native, like they brought down on us. Everybody understand? America bombed Korea to the Stone Age and set up a borderline at the 48th, the 68th parallel and said, if you're in North Korea, you can't come past this line. If you're in South Korea, you can't go to North Korea. And so they established a democratic government, which really isn't a democratic government. It's just an American type government where the big businesses are in control and they decide who the president is going to be, and the people just shut the hell up and do what they got to do. Well, North Korea, when the communists lost, they lost. They was done. They ain't have no reach into all the resources that was in South Korea. Like in South Korea is where all the resources are, all the natural stuff, where all the good things that people need to have a good civilization is at. America cut the North Koreans off from that. So the North Koreans had to turn to the Chinese for support. The Chinese supported them, but it wasn't the same as America's support.
Right.
So for 60 years, the North Koreans have hated America because America is the reason why they were poor. The reason why they were suffering. The reason why, cats grew up, uncle had one leg missing, or grandma's face was half off and all that other shit. They grew up in horrible, tragic situations because of what the white man has done, and they've been taught their entire past 60 years. This generation now has constantly been taught that America is evil. White man is the devil. They bombed us. They killed us. They're the reason why Korea can't be united. All North Korea wants is to be free, to be able to do business with other countries and have whatever they want to have. America is not allowing that to happen. So their hatred for America is the same hatred that every people has for America, who America has bombed and killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the problem is the white man knows how to play people against each other.
Right.
Every nation the white man has gone to war with, he selected a certain group of the people from that place
Right.
to be successful,
Right.
to be able to come to America and live good and have a wonderful life, so that when the people who are in that country rise up, you'll have the ones who America has been good to say, no, America's good. Why y'all, what's the matter, man? America's amazing. I grew up in D.C. Down there in D.C., you got Ethiopians, you got Koreans, Vietnamese, Cambodians, Chinese, Japanese, you got Russians, you got Italians. You got people from all over the world who are happy to be in America, because being in America is better than whatever the hell they was at. Try to get those people to denounce America. Try to get them to say America is evil and the white man is the devil. They'll look at you like you're crazy. And that's what keeps all these racists from turning their back on America, because America's been so good to them. Here's what we got to understand. America has been good to these other nations by giving them us.
Right.
You understand?
Come.
Those people who come to America and think America is great, they think America is great because they're able to benefit off of niggas.
Come.
The Vietnamese who came over here after Vietnam, they was able to forget about all that death and destruction the white man did, because they was able to set up Ling Ling's nails right in the middle of the hood.
Right.
And for 60 years, Ling Ling and them bitches been getting paid off black women's feet,
Right.
black women's fingers, black women's eyelashes. They living good in America. Koreans. America bombed the piss out of Korea.
Right.
Them South Koreans came over here and was able to open up Mr. Kim's nail salon, Sally's Beauty Supply. You understand? Black women in there buying all the weave, all the damn perm, buying all the rat tail combs you could imagine.
Right.
Niggas buying wave caps and do-rags. The Koreans love America.
Right.
You understand? And that goes for every race. The Ethiopians came to America. Now, during World War II, the Italians attacked Ethiopia, murdered a whole bunch of them. Ethiopia had a split in their government where a separate country was founded called Eritrea. People in Eritrea was suffering. Guess what the white man did? Y'all come on over to America. We'll bring you to Washington, D.C. and give you an embassy, give you strongholds. Now, you go to D.C. now, Ethiopians own all of U Street and all of 14th Street down there by Howard. All the places where black people used to party and hang out, all ran by Ethiopians. Go tell them Ethiopians the white man is the devil. What you talking about? You niggas, they look at niggas like we ain't shit.
Right.
Because why? We come to they establishments to get drunk, to have a good time, to party and hang out.
Yeah.
So they look at niggas like you niggas ain't nothing. Why they serving you all your drinks and giving you all your Hennessy and your whatever the hell you drink, they looking at you like you ain't shit. So America has destroyed every nation on the earth. But as a consolation prize, he's allowed certain and for those racists, they look at those people who came to America like they sellouts.
Right.
The North Koreans look at the South Koreans who came to America and got rich like you a sellout. Them Somalians, there's Somalians who living good in America. Well, the ones that starving, who belly touching their back, is looking at them like you niggas sold out. You understand? Them over there down there in West Africa, there's a ton of places where they still cutting hands off for rubber and for diamonds. And the people who suffering is looking at the leaders like you niggas sold out. The leaders is living good in America. That's why the Bible said that the kings are going to cry when America is destroyed.
That's right.
You understand? But that's why the scriptures also say that those kings have gotten rich off the fornication of America. In every nation on this planet, there's a certain population who has sold their people out in order to get rich with the white man. And all of them going to pay when Christ returns. Everybody understands. So that's what the deal is with North Korea. From the North Korean perspective, America are the evil people who bombed us and killed us when we were trying to unite ourselves. Go ahead.
It's like this one quick point. I guess this would be like your personal opinion. Like around the world, people know who we are. They know we the children of Israel. I believe like in other countries and stuff like that. I believe a lot of times they know who we are. Do you think we actually have saved America from being bombed already? Meaning these people don't want to harm the children of Israel?
No, that's not it at all.
Okay.
We've saved America from being bombed because everybody's happy that they can rule over us.
Right.
So actually the opposite.
Okay, come.
As long as niggas are available for everybody to eat off of, then everybody's happy. which is the power that we hold in serving the Lord. If this truth reaches everybody, then guess what? No black women are going to shop at the Korean beauty supply store.
That's right.
No black women are going to buy the East Indian woman's hair.
Right.
No black, we're going to go to sisters to get our feet rubbed and our nails done. We ain't going to go to the Vietnamese no more.
Right.
We're going to stop eating the damn rat and dog in the Chinese corner store, and we're going to start going to buy plates of collard greens and turkey neck bones from Shirley.
Right.
The second that we separate from these other nations and we come back to ourselves, America's going to have to go to war with all those other nations because they're not going to be able to benefit off of us no more.
That's right.
You understand? That's the power that exists in. That's the power of the Lord in us coming together.
That's right.
We come together. The Koreans in South Korea are going to be mad at America because they're going to be saying, "You promised us wealth and prosperity.
Right.
You promised us we would eat good. You promised us $10,000 a week for chicken wings and fried rice and cat and dog that we cook.
Right.
We ain't getting that money no more. We're starving. We're suffering. Make it right, America." What America going to do? They can't do nothing. The Vietnamese, you promised us after you bombed us and killed us that you was going to give us freedom and prosperity and we were going to be able to live good. Well, we are suffering. We're starving here because there's nobody buying nails anymore. Fix it, America. The Ethiopians going to have to, everybody's going to turn on the white man and say, "You promised us we was going to live good and be wealthy. We ain't living good anymore because the niggas aren't buying from our businesses anymore. Fix it, America." And when the white man can't fix it, then the white man don't have an ally in South Korea no more. He don't have an ally in Ethiopia. He don't have an ally in half the Middle East. And once he ain't got no more allies, then everybody gonna turn their guns at him and blame him. So we are the reason why America's gonna be bombed is because we gonna wake up and be the people the Lord called us to be. And when we do that, America falls like every civilization has fallen when we woken up and became the people the Lord called us to be. We did it in Egypt. We left out of Egypt. What happened? Egypt turned into a desert.
That's right.
You go do some history research right there in the right where the pyramids are and the Sphinx is. That used to be lakefront property. That Sphinx sat on water. He sat on a riverbank where the Pharaoh came out of his castle and looked and saw beautiful water flowing and saw the Sphinx. What is it now? Shit is a desert.
That's right.
Why? Because the Lord made it a desert. Everybody understands. White man talking about more time. White man talking about global warming. That's the Lord. Damn, whatever your global warming is, the Lord has decided this place is no longer going to be habitable. I'm gonna make this place the goddamn desert whenever he feel like it. But we got to come together first. We got to be the people the Lord called us to be.
That's right.
Every civilization that has ever risen up has fallen because we decided to be the people the Lord called us to be. Same thing happened with Rome. The power of Christ was to give the disciples the strength to go and teach this truth and to show miracles to the people to get them to serve the Lord. And once we serve the Lord, the Roman Empire failed. You understand? The American Empire is going to fall once we rise up, and the Lord has already given us the power to do miracles. The things we doing out there on the streets, waking brothers and sisters up, crackers getting knocked out, you understand? Brothers getting freed from prison. All of those things are small miracles, but it's signs to the people that these are the men that the Lord are with. Brothers and sisters are already starting to turn around and find out that this is the way that they need to walk. And once enough of us come together, this white man's way of life is going to crumble. The earth is going to turn its back on the white man. And they will do you good on that? Good. All right, most high Christ. Come on real quick, Ashtawa.
If I could, Exodus 1 and 9.
Let's hear it.
And he said unto the people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Verse 10, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
Come. That's a good scripture. Let me see something. All right. Somebody, sister asked me, could I explain the Day of Atonement, right? Okay, the Day of Atonement is a 1-day fast. It is a fast from all food and all liquids for 24 hours. Everybody understands? From sundown to sundown. The purpose of the Day of Atonement was the Lord wanted us for 1 day to afflict ourselves. You understand? that it's not an easy thing to fast without food or water for a day. Everybody understands? But the Lord wants you to put yourself through that as a symbolic gesture of you asking the Lord to forgive you for the evil that you've done. Everybody understand? During the times before Christ, the Day of Atonement was the day of forgiveness from the Lord. Meaning you would do this fast to ask the Lord to forgive you for all the evil that you may have done. It was a day of atonement, or to make up for your sins. Everybody understands? The Lord required this fast for many reasons. The most important one is the Lord wanted you to suffer. Everybody understands? We maintain that Day of Atonement today because Christ never did away with the law. Everybody understands? So this Day of Atonement is a very special and a very holy period for you to reflect on all the things that you've done in the past year, and to just pray and ask the Lord to be with you and to continue to strengthen you and give you the fortitude to keep pushing forward. Everybody understands? So the Day of Atonement, like I said, it's a fast from sundown to sundown. So the Day of Feast of Atonement this year, Day of Atonement comes Friday, September 29th, which is the 10th day of the 7th month, and that is this Friday. Everybody understands? So when the sun sets on Friday, once the sun is down, do not eat or drink anything until the next sundown. Everybody understand? Now, people who are excluded from this fast are children under the age of, I would say, 10. You understand? You might have some, it's up to you, but don't have your children do this fast. Do this fast if they can't handle it. Everybody understand? Old people, or people who, take medicine and stuff like that, need to have a little sip of water with your medicine, take your sip of water. Or if you got diabetes, you can't go a day without eating, then you eat. Everybody understand? But for everybody who's healthy and able, and if you're healthy and able, you ought to not have no food, no drink, for sundown to sundown to atone for your sins. Everybody understand? That's what the Day of Atonement is about. Like I said, Christ said this in the scriptures. There came a time when the disciples was casting out demons, but there was one demon that was on the cat that they could not cast out. And they wanted to know why they couldn't cast this demon out. And Christ said it's because you don't have enough faith, and because some demons only come out through fasting and prayer. Everybody understand? It is important for your spirit to fast, to withhold from yourself things that you badly want or like or used to have. Everybody understand? You can fast from food, you can fast from water, you can fast from, video games, you can fast from sex, you can fast from eating meat, different things you can fast from. When you withhold from yourself things that you normally want or would have, you strengthen your spirit. Everybody understand? And it is important in these times that we live in that brothers and sisters learn to strengthen their spirit. Learn to have some discipline. Learn to conquer your flesh. What you want to experience in this Day of Atonement is, if it's your first time, is about 6 hours into it, your body going to be saying, I am thirsty. Feed me drink. Your belly going to be growling saying, put food in me. And you're going to have to say to your body, no, we are atoning on this day. We fasting for the Lord. You're going to have to say to your body, I'm not giving you drink. I'm not giving you food. And then you do that in that day, as the day progresses and the hunger pains get worse and the thirst, your throat drying, and Clint Eastwood's lips on the good, the bad, and the ugly, you're going to just keep telling yourself, you're going to start to pray to the Lord and say, Lord, give me some strength. Lord, help me get to these next 6 hours. Help me get to this sundown. About noon, you're going to be looking up in the sky. Even if you're in your house, you're going to see the sky, sun in the sky. You're going to say, please, Lord, let it set so I can feed myself. And it teaches you spiritual strength. Everybody understand? Enough brothers start to fast more and learn to really have control over their flesh, then you will be stronger spiritually. Everybody understand? With that spiritual strength, you can cast out demons. You can get power from the Lord. You can be closer to the Most High. Everybody understand? So that's what the Day of Atonement is about. Again, it starts sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. No food, no drink for 24 hours. Everybody understand? All right, no sweat, no sweat. Okay, hold up. For the sister who said hold up. Brother said, what about a pregnant wife for the Day of Atonement? The pregnant wife must eat. She don't have her fast. She should eat and drink on that day, all right? She got a baby in her womb. Let me get Leviticus chapter 24, verse 10 through 16. Azra Yah Bani Yasha Allah, what is your question on Leviticus 24, 10 through 16? All right? The sister that asked about her sons that vomit. I'm not understanding the question, sis. They vomit. Yeah. I don't understand. Oh, hold on, Salaki. Are you saying for the fast? Your 12 and 9-year-old, they just let me know if you're saying they vomit on the Day of Atonement. All right. Okay. Somebody give me Zephaniah 3 and 9. Let me answer that real quick before we do Leviticus 24. Give me Zephaniah 3 and 9. A brother asked, what is the pure language, or is it symbolic for something else? Okay. They vomiting from not eating. Okay, then they should eat. And 12 and 9 is a little young. If your 12-year-old can't handle it, maybe, you know what I'm saying, he or she is too young. All right? Who is the Israelite Tish woman? Okay, let's get, give me Zephaniah 3 and 9 real quick. So, sis, if they vomiting, they should eat, all right? They should eat and drink if they're vomiting on the Day of Atonement, all right? Okay, David. Okay, have they made it through the fast? Have they made it through the entire day? Just give me if even with the throwing up, have they made it through the day? All right, let me get Zephaniah 3 and 9.
Con. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call, Salaki, that they may all call upon the name of the Most High, to serve him with one consent.
Okay, this is talking about the Lashawan Kadash, or the holy tongue. Everybody understands? That pure language the Lord said he would return to us is the holy tongue which we have today in the ISUPK. Everybody understands? The Hebrew that we speak is a pure Hebrew, a Hebrew that goes back to the days of Adam. Everybody understands? And the name that we call on the Lord with is the name that you can only have if you understood the Lashawan Kodash. Everybody understand? So we are in those times today. This is a prophecy about the times we living in now. All right? The brother Kevin, come to class. Friday night we have a Hebrew class. You can learn how to eat Hebrew. You can learn how to speak Hebrew. If you're breastfeeding a newborn and you have to eat to make milk, you should do it. Yes. Labaya, you should eat and drink if you got a young child. All right? Yeah, okay. For the sister, Yahweh Bob, okay, contact the brother, contact your counselor, right? And just go over different things that you do on the Day of Atonement with your children, as far as whether y'all pray, whether they are, do they know that they are in the middle of a fast? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Some of those things could be Satan trying to, stop them. Satan in their flesh trying to stop them from that fast. But if they're able to get through it, then let them get through it. They just deal with that throwing up. You understand? But there's things that you can do to, fight in the spirit. Help teach them young boys to fight in the spirit regardless of what their flesh is doing. And if you haven't already been doing it, get with your counselor on some things that can be done to help you better prepare them. All right? Let me get on Leviticus. For the brother that asked a question about Zephaniah, let me know if you understand. All right? Let me get Leviticus 24, 10 through 16. Read, pray, and sleep. Well, Yahweh Bob, if you keep doing that, all right? They just got to let them throw up. Dang. It ain't, like you said, it ain't killing them, all right? They'll be all right. Just teach them to be strong and let that throwing up be a lesson to them that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you set your purposes to do something for the Lord, you know what I mean, your body will want to do something else, but you got to push through it anyway, all right?
That's right.
All right, no sweat. Go ahead, read. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 10 through 16.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 24, Verse 10. And the son of the an Israelitess woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel. And this son of the Israelitess woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. Verse 11. And the Israelitess woman's son blasphemed the name of the Most High and cursed. And they brought him unto Moses. And his mother's name was Shalamah, the daughter of Debray, of the tribe of Dan. Verse 12. And they put him inward, that the mind of the Most High might be showed him. Verse 13. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, verse 14, bring forth him that have cursed without the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, and let all the congregation stone him. Verse 15. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, whosoever curseth his power shall bear his sin. Verse 16. And he that blasphemeth the name of the Most High, he shall surely be put to death, and all the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well the stranger, as he that is born in the land, when he blasphemeth the name of the Most High, shall be put to death.
All right. The Israelitish woman is a heathen. Her father's an Egyptian. Scripture told us that. Everybody understand? Why is she being called Israelitish? Aliazar.
No, because she's not an Israelite.
Okay, yeah, but that's not how you would explain it. Because that opens up a lot of loopholes. She's called Israelitish for a woman. I mean, for a reason. Zamal.
Is that because she was in the land of Israel? Lived in the land of Israel?
That's the same thing Aliazar said. It's true, but not the point. Yadaquan.
If I could, maybe it's because maybe when you say ish, the word ish, something like, but she's not.
Yes, that is it. She's something like, but she's not.
Right. Okay.
She's Israelitish, meaning she's like an Israelite, but she's not.
Okay.
That's why she's Israelitish.
Right.
She dressed like an Israelite, talked like an Israelite, but everybody know this bitch's daddy was Egyptian. She ain't Israel. She's Israelitish, but she ain't Israel.
Right.
Everybody understand? Give me another example of that in the scriptures. Zamal.
That's Ruth.
Ruth was Moabitish. She was like a Moabite. Spoke like a Moabite, dressed like a Moabite, but she wasn't no Moabite. She was Israel.
Right.
Everybody understand? She was like a Moabite, but she wasn't one.
Right.
This broad was like an Israelite, but she wasn't one. Everybody understand? You brothers out there, be careful of these Israelitish women out here. Get you a broad, you know what I'm saying? She got some nice skin and, you know, cute little face. She had attitude. You know what I'm saying? But then you get her home and find out that's ham meat up under there. Don't do it to yourself. Stop right there. You get it with you. Oh, where your daddy from? I know it. Leave out the room. Resist Satan. Flee temptation. Everybody understand? Be careful because some brothers get caught up. You know what I'm saying? You get you one of the Italian girls and you be like, but I thought she was a tribe. Nah, brother. Now you got to deal with all the evil that comes with that nasty dog. Everybody understand? Be careful. But yeah, this broad was a heathen. All right, her father was an Egyptian. Let me see. Any other questions? Let me get 1 John 2:1. Go ahead, Yadaquan.
If I could, she was living in the land though, right?
She was living amongst us, but everybody knew her father was not an Israelite. But it's damn near like today. You got a lot of, not a lot, but as brothers, you know, just in Israel, there might be a sister that come in the truth, right? And she got a son from a white man. That boy is a devil. Her daddy white, he's a devil. But his mother trying to change her life. She can't kick her son out. He's 13. He's full out devil. But what's she gonna do? She gonna kick him out the house? No. You know what I'm saying? That devil's just there. He's amongst Israel until the time comes where he can be sent on his way. But until that time, that's her son. And guess what? She gonna love that devil always. Because that devil came out of her. You understand? You might have a broad, you get with a broad, and she got a daughter who's dating a white boy. You got a daughter that's 16 years old having sex with Jake on the wrestling team. What you gonna do? You gonna tell her to kick her daughter out? Get rid of your daughter because she's effing that devil? No. You're going to be there, and you might have to, Jake gonna come pick her up sometime. You gonna have to say, "What's up, Jake?" And just look at Jake. Even though you hate him and he's a devil, but you gonna beat Jake up because he's effing her daughter? Nah. That ain't your place. Everybody understand? Those are situations that we encounter in life, and we encountered them 2,000 years ago. Broad had a daughter. Daughter was, we was in Egypt at that time. The broad living in Egypt, her daughter go F an Egyptian. It's time for us to flee from Egypt. She ain't gonna leave her daughter behind. She tell her daughter, come on. So when we get in our land, that heathen girl, that Israelitish woman is there. She get with her brother, have a baby, and then she teach that baby evil against the Lord. And guess what? The Lord got a way of dealing with that. Take him to the center of the street and stone his ass to death. Everybody understand? Let's end on that, all right? Let me get 1 John 2 and 1. Brother wanted a question on the whole world. All right. And y'all, if I could, this is just my personal opinion, right? Say you a brother in the school and the sister coming to the truth, right? And you want to marry this, you get to court the sister and you want to marry her, but in the process of courting, you find out this broad got a baby from a devil. Say you meet a woman, you want to get to know her, you like her, but she got, 3 kids, one of them is a devil. If you take that woman on to be your wife, you have taken her on with the responsibility of raising that devil. You understand? You get with a woman that got a child that's a heathen, you cannot abuse that child. You cannot treat that child, oh, you evil African baby, you disgusting devil baby. Don't do that out. Everybody understands. You don't gain no favor with the Lord by doing that. You're going to marry a broad who got children that's heathens, you're going to raise them children like they your children. You understand? Now, of course, there's going to come a time where you can sit them down and explain you ain't Israel. But do it in a way that's respectable. Right. Do it in a way that's honorable, dignified. Everybody understands? Don't be the evil stepdaddy to no children. Everybody understands? Be respectful and, you know what I'm saying? Because that's something that woman did when she didn't know no better. So she shouldn't be held accountable for that. And the devil baby shouldn't be held accountable for that. That baby should not grow up hating himself and feeling like, oh, I should just kill myself because I'm a devil baby. Don't do that. Everybody understands? That's what the white man has done to us. And that could go for grandchildren or whatever else the case may be. But that's why you take time to get to know a woman. If you know you can't stand being around no devil all day, asking for cookies and cereal and lunch, you understand? Then you do that. Everybody understand? Don't marry that broad. But if you're going to marry a broad who got heathen kids, then you taking that on as a responsibility. Everybody understands? Don't ever let the Lord be evil spoken of by anybody. That devil's supposed to grow up and say, my stepdaddy was an Israelite and he hated white people, but I never knew it. He never treated me no different. I never knew that I was, I knew I was the devil, but he never made me feel bad about it. Right. Everybody understands? That's how you're supposed to be as a man of the Lord. Everybody understands? All right. And the only reason why I say that is because you got to fight the urge. I know being in here, your spirit's strong, you love the Lord, you're going to want to curse that broad out every other day about that devil baby she had. You're going to want to always tell her, oh, that you nasty old nasty box made a devil. Don't do that to that broad. You understand? You gotta fight Satan in yourself that want to jump on her. You understand? She know the truth. She already feel bad knowing that she gave birth to a devil. You ain't got to remind her every other day. Right. Now, if you got to remind her, then remind her. But be mindful of stuff like that and know yourself before you take on a responsibility like that. Right. You ain't the cat that's going to raise a devil kid, then don't marry a broad who got devil baby. You ain't going to raise no African kids, then don't marry a broad who got African kids. You should know that about a woman before you put your penis in her. Everybody understands? All right, most high Christ, no sweat. Let me get Acts chapter 9. Let me get 1 John 2 and 1 first.
Con. The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 1. My little children, these things write I unto you, that ye sin not. And if any man sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Yahweh Mashiach, the righteous.
That's 1 John 2, 1 and 2?
That was
You mean 1 John 2, 1 and 2?
Verse 2. And he is the propitiation for our sins, and not for ours only, but also for the sins of the whole world.
Okay, so the brother asked the question. He said, is this still talking about Israel only because it says the whole world? Yes, this is talking about Israel only. The word world means age or society, divisions of mankind. In order to understand the context of what the world is, you got to know, in order to know who the world is in a particular scripture, you got to understand the context. This is John talking to the brothers and sisters in Israel. Everybody understands? So when he's saying that for us only, he's meaning not only for the Jews, not only for the brothers and sisters living in Jerusalem, living in Israel, but also for the whole world, for the other tribes who are lost. Everybody understand? For the other tribes who are scattered. You read John 3:16. For God so loved the world. The context of John 3:16 is a conversation between Christ and another Israelite, Nicodemus. So when Christ talks about the world, he's talking about Israel, the 12 tribes. Everybody understands? Let's read 1 John 2 and 15, because the word world is used in a different context, and we'll understand that when we read it. Read 1 John 2 and 15.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world.
Do what?
Love not the world.
Do what?
Love not the world.
Love not the world. I thought John 3:16, Christ said love the world.
Right.
I thought in verse 2 it just said that Christ died not only for us, but for the whole world.
Right.
If he died not only for us, but for the whole world, why is he saying a few verses later, love not the world?
Right.
Because the world in this context is everybody outside of Israel.
That's right.
The world in this context is the white man's society, the Roman society, where they having sex with men, having prostitutes, you understand, eating shrimp and crabs and pig and doing all manner of evil, disgusting things. Don't love that world.
Right.
Love the world of the Lord. Love the society God established. What is society that God established? The one with laws, statutes, and commandments, with the 12 tribes of Israel, etc., etc. Everybody understands. So the word world means age or society, divisions of mankind, and it changes based on the context of the scripture. Everybody understands. Give me Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. And then we should be done with that, all right? And then we'll get Acts 19 and 13 next.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Most High with an everlasting salvation.
But who?
But Israel.
But everybody.
But Israel.
White man.
But Israel.
Chinese.
Israel.
The Lord said, Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Read on.
Khan. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
What?
World without end.
One more time.
World without end.
What is the world that is not going to end? Aliazar.
The world of Israel.
The world of Israel, the society of Israel. Everybody understands. So, let me know that answer the question for you. All right, Mr. C. Let me get Acts chapter 19, verse 13. I believe this is the vagabond scripture. I like this scripture. I love this scripture. The vagabond Jews. let's read Acts 19 and 13.
Come. Acts chapter 19 and verse 13. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Jesus, saying, we adjure you by Jesus whom Paul preacheth.
All right, stop right quick. Who are these men? How does the Bible describe these men? What?
As a vagabond Jew?
Vagabond Jews. Why are they described as vagabond Jews? Chubayakwa.
Because they don't have a home.
Okay. You own it. That's the literal meaning of vagabond. But this is black men talking. Black men wrote this Bible. So what do they mean when they say vagabond Jews? Aliyaza.
Is it talking about the cave dweller Jews?
No. Nah, that's literal again. It's a monk.
Is it that they're Jews but not in the truth?
Yes, but give it to me a way that everyday Jake should understand.
Oh, okay.
Chubash the what?
If I could, like, they Jews, but we don't deal with them. Like, they don't have no dealings with them.
No. They are vagabond Jews in the context of teaching, in the context of being men of God. They're vagabonds, meaning they are not authorized.
Right.
They're not certified. They're not professionals. They're vagabonds. And they're pretenders. There's cats who sat at home and watched and mimicked what they saw the real men of God doing and said, we could do the same thing. To Israelites, you a vagabond doing that. I mean, okay, it's like, how can I put it another way? Okay. Trying to think of an honorable example. Yanaquan.
If I could, you mean with the word up?
Now, I know what the word vagabond means. Let's try to think of another context to give it to y'all where you can understand. Chubash the what?
If I could, like how military people get mad when people put on the uniform for nothing.
Okay, that's close, but not the. It wouldn't drive home the point I'm looking for. Marat.
Is it like just like how vagabonds is wanderers? They like nobodies. You can use it that way.
Okay, yeah, you right, y'all. Literally, what y'all saying is right, but it's not really giving me the context. Okay, think this. Think a gangster, or like a real gangster killer cat, and then a nigga who's pretending. Okay, like this. Okay, we all if you from the hood and you've known cats who ever did dirt in the streets, they ain't like okay. The gangster is the nigga who ain't running his mouth. The cat who's cool, like you know what I'm saying? You get the vibe like, man, that nigga had to be fucking with, even though he ain't said nothing, he ain't threatened nobody, he ain't, I'm big gangster Debo, so-and-so, nigga, I'll kill you, I'll shoot your face off, I'll fuck your mama. That ain't how real gangsters are. Real cats who murder you is, you know he, like this cat, he's a murderer, but he ain't broadcasting. But then you got somebody who's trying to pretend to be a gangster, and he's, you know, yeah, nigga, something, niggas better recognize I run these streets, something, and you like, you know, who are you? You a nobody, bro. You front. Is that making sense to y'all, or am I off with that example? Okay, the vagabond, there were men who were rolling with Christ, who was on the street teaching, prophesying, casting out demons, right? Then you had cats who saw them, who were not following Christ, who said, man, we're going to do what they do. We're going to go out there and we teaching in the name of Jesus. We casting out demons. We got the Lord with us. But everybody knows, okay, but y'all not the cats that roll with Christ. That's why they were vagabond Jews. They were fakes, pretenders. They were losers, unauthorized. No discipline, no focus, no leadership. They just some niggas who saw what the disciples were doing and thought they could do the same thing. That's what made them vagabonds. It was pretenders. They was unofficial. Everybody understands. That's the context of the word vagabond. They just like they was nobodies. Cats who just was, you know, walking the streets. They was nobodies. Everybody understands. Aliazo.
That's like if I could. But would that be like GOCC and IUC.
Yes, it's fake Israelites.
God.
They are fake Israelite groups. They are cats who have never come to class, never sat in the seat you sitting in, but they watch the class, they watch the videos, and they say, "Hey, I can do that. Hey, I learned these scriptures. I can go teach on the streets." But every time people see them, they know, "Hey, but y'all not them the ISBK cats, are y'all?" And they gotta say, "No, we ain't them." Everybody understands. They vagabond Jews. Well, these were men 2,000 years ago who were on the street teaching, but they were not following Christ. They were not sent on the street by Christ. Everybody understands? So there were certain other vagabond Jews who went to cast out demons and to teach on the street, right? Read on.
Took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Jesus, saying.
Here's how you know they vagabond Jews. They took it upon themselves to go out and call over people who had demons. Everybody understands? The men that Christ sent out, did they call people over to demons cast out of them? No. They just went out on the streets and they were ordered to go cast out demons.
Right.
There's a difference. They didn't take it on themselves. Hey, y'all, let's go cast out some demons. Hey, y'all, let's go teach the kingdom of heaven is at hand. They were sent. There's a big difference. There's a difference between being sent to do something and waking up one day and saying, "You know what, man? I'm going to go teach." If you ain't been sent, you're a vagabond Jew. If your leader ain't been sent, then you are following a vagabond, which makes you a vagabond Jew. Everybody understands? If you are not in the ISUPK, you were not sent on the streets to teach. That's just the truth. If you're not in the ISUPK, you were not sent to teach the word of God. You were not sent to cast out demons. The man who taught you, or the man who you went out with, or the man who sent you was not sent. So you are a vagabond Jew. And at the core of all these fake Israelite groups is some man who took it upon himself to go teach. Everybody understands? And I'm talking about every one of them. GOCC, IUIC, Sakari, IGJC, GG, whatever the hell that group is, purple, red, and white cats. All of them took it upon themselves to go out. And this is the result when you take it upon yourself to go do something that the Lord must send a man to do. Read on.
Come. We adjure you by Jesus who Paul preacheth. Verse 14. And there were 7 sons of one.
Hold on real quick. When they say, "I adjure you by Jesus who Paul preacheth," what is that? That's them teaching about Christ, what they learned from Paul.
Right.
What do fake Israelite groups teach? Shubayakwa.
Colonel, if I may, but they learn from ISUPK.
They teach what they learned from the ISUPK. They go out and teach what they learned from the UPK. They go out and teach Jesus in the name of the ISUPK. They teach Jesus what they learned. They teach about Jesus and Israel and the 12 tribes and the white man being the devil, what they learned from the ISUPK. Zamal.
It's a lot of 9 o'clock.
Most High Christ. Read on.
Come. And there were 7 sons of one. I'm not sure what that word is. It's like SCEVA.
SCEVA, Sceva. There's a son of a man named Sceva.
Come. And there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and chief of the priests, which did so.
Now, there were 7 sons of these vagabond Jews. There were sons of this man Sceva, who was a chief priest, one of the highest Pharisees and Sadducees. Read on.
Come. Verse 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye?
The demon said, "Oh, I know your house, Shah.
Right.
Hell, I know Paul.
Right.
Who the hell are you?"
Right.
Read on.
And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them.
And the demon jumped on them. Read on.
Come. And overcame them.
And overcame them. So they out teaching a demon, a man come and start to wreck their camp. Come to see them with the hands. You understand? Why? Because this demon does not respect their authority.
Right.
Oh, he knows about Paul. He know about your house, but who are you niggas? I don't know y'all. Everybody understands. Read on.
And overcame them, and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of the house naked and wounded.
He beat the hell out of them. This one man beat these 7 cats so bad, they ran out the house naked, meaning they're shamed. Clothes ripped off. He beat the hell out of them. Everybody understands? Because they were doing something they had no business doing.
Right.
You see the ISUPK on the streets, we have camp protocols and everything. Guess what you never see about us? Going to jail. You never see us going to jail. You'll never see us getting beat up at the camp.
Right.
Why? Because the demons, they respect us.
Right.
We out there, how many times, Jonathan, we've been at camp and somebody act like they want to try and fight us.
Right.
Till they realize, the demon recognize, these is ISUPK. They not Christians.
Right.
don't mess with them. You understand? And I can pull up videos of all these Hebrew Israelite groups getting locked up, handcuffs, them begging on the internet for somebody to help them with their lawyer fees. I see videos of them getting camera smacked out their hands, cats stealing all for them, because the demons don't respect them because they vagabond Jews. Everybody understand? That's what this scripture is talking about. It's talking about fake Israelites, fake Israelite groups trying to teach 2,000 years ago and getting their ass whipped on the streets because the Lord was not with them.
Right.
All right. Let me get one last scripture. Let me get John 1:14 for this brother, and we close out the class. All right.
Salakia.
Mr. C, okay, blueletterbible.com is good, but it's good to know words as far as, their meanings, but you got to also understand context. And a lot of the Bible is context. It's not what does this word literally mean, and more or less understanding the context in which it's used. You got to understand the Bible was written by black people. You understand? So, like for instance, in the book of Revelations where it talks about the mark of the beast, that word beast literally means an animal, a monster, a creature. But that mark ain't talking about a stamp of a beast. Everybody understand? You got to be able to understand how black people talk in order to be able to understand the Bible, which is why we have these classes, so that brothers and sisters who read something who may understand what it literally means but don't understand the context can get understanding. It's not hard to read the Bible and read it literally and know what the words mean. It is impossible to read the Bible and understand the context unless you're taught by a man who's certified to teach. Everybody understand? The biggest problem with the Bible for thousands of years is people reading it and they literally understand what the words mean, but they have no idea what the context is. Everybody understand? That's why these classes are important. That's what the Spirit of Christ is. It's the spirit of understanding what it is that you're reading in this Bible. All right? Last question. Let me get John 1:14.
The book of John, chapter 1 and verse 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory. The glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth.
Okay. I'm going to say this question for tomorrow for Joe Muhammad to break down. I can break it down, but it takes some time, all right? Montavia Sims asks, where are the camps in North Carolina? Somebody post the contact number for Carolina camp. Somebody get his brother in the chat the number for the Carolina camp, all right? And so tomorrow, ask that question in class tomorrow. Let me see what the name is. Darian Hamilton. Ask for the breakdown on John 1:14 tomorrow, all right? So the mark of Cain, the same as the mark of the beast. No, John Scott, they're not the same. That's why you got to come to class. All right? Keep coming to class. With that, pass class over to priest and officers of the mark.
ISUPK security announcements. We had an ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 month in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment, means tip in Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives you, give to the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is this Friday, the Day of Atonement, September 29th. And if anyone wants to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black. Head, boots, shirt, pants, hair, and scarves. And with that, we're going to get to the prayers of Maju. Understand? Sorry. When you have to do turn the face east. I'm going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanau. Washamayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Lakaka. Ratazaka. Aisha. Baratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Washamayim. The thunder now. Hum. Ka. Yawam. Masalak now. Kabawaki now. Kasalak now. Kabawaki now. I'll be on now. On the side of one. I'm bold. Hamashana. My young. Ra. Lakwas. I will love you. Amen.
Say the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua. Bishah. Thunder now. Hakat. Laraba'ah. Kal Makalak. Kal Manawak. Latahar. Time the right. Hakat. Lahapri. Amaki. Hakat. Arakawa. Garishan. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Say the prayer for the power in English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. Power to cleanse the leper. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Barakah.
Sapari. Barak. Magun. Yasharala. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Say the prayer to bless Israel in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. Our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
I should be prayer for the proud structure. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah? Why Mayaka Allah? Why Allahayim? Watazabaya. Alawak Yaham. Ha Alawak. Ha Soranya. Ha Kwatzayan. Ha Kayayan. Ha Akwat. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Waraman.
Say the prayer for the power structure in English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushua. And Michael. And the angels. The manager of your heart. The captain. The general. The captain. The officer. The trooper. And the sister. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
I should pray blessings for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth. synagogues and armies.
Catholic synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Christianity.
Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitatus. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marine. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. The cable access channel. And the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us. And bring swift death to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Loose all the terror. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and destroy. Cause the terror to come up against America and destroy them in their strong hands. Let America shake at the hands of the terror. Let the house shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucer and kill all the heathen that come up against us. And as we speak thy word, to be known by all that it was the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, the whole world. Cause them to shake it.com. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. Always. So be it. Sorry. Sisters, Shabbat, HBC. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yes. Got Gutah. Sorry, I'm trying to face the sisters. Amajim, which means stand. Salute the sister. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shamar Elathah Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah. After the time, dismiss.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Make sure everybody knows their name.
Excuse me, Mr. Emerson. This man wants to help with your campaign. He says he knows my father.
Yeah, he knows your father. You come with me, Sheila.
Andre Thompson, what the hell are you doing here?
Well, trash man, the last time you saw me, something bad happened to me. I haven't forgotten that.
I haven't forgot it either. Look, you're not welcome here.
This is your campaign headquarters, right? Then it's open to the public.
Well, it's not open to you or your buddies.
Yeah.
So get out.
Well, I'm here to deliver a message. You've been making a lot of noise with this campaign thing, and it's bad for my business.
Well, that's the idea, Andre. We want you and all your buddy drug dealers to get out of this neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I'm not going anywhere. So I suggest you stop this little sideshow of yours and go back to collecting garbage. You better get out of the race. Trash man.
Mrs. Emerson, I'm William Long, and this is my associate, Leo Green.
Yeah, I know who you are. You're the man that beat Joey up when he couldn't pay back his gambling debt. What do you want?
We want to help out with your campaign.
You want to help?
Now listen, I'm not in the same business as Andre Thompson's of the neighborhood. I don't sell drugs, and I have no use for anyone that does. Now, your husband, he's taking these people on. I respect that, and I want to get involved.
William, we'd be honored to have you support our campaign.
Good. Maybe we start with some flyers, huh?
Yeah, we can get them out to the people we work with.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Here you go.
Good. You tell your brother I'm behind him, and then give him hell.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Joey, you want that man involved in our campaign? The last time you saw him, he beat the living daylights out of you.
Yes, he did, and that's why I want to keep his hands busy passing out them damn flyers.
Man, with all the campaigning I've been doing and all the tough questions people have been throwing at me, you know, it's nice to take a day off just to relax.
There you go, Rock.
What? I didn't order this.
He did.
Drinks on me. Trash can.
You know, I'd like to take that cane
Come
and
on,
just...
let it go, Pop, let it go.
Oh, hello. How are you? Good seeing you again. Hello, my name is Ray Boyd. Vote for me.
Ray Boyd, what the hell is he doing here? He's not supposed to be coming over here.
Ooh, and look, Boyd is standing upright. Somebody must have lent him a spine.
And so I say a community that cannot serve itself is bound to lose control of itself. We have to give this community back to itself.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I think he's trying to give you back to yourself.
Where have I been?
Well, I don't know. Ask him. Mr. Emerson, I've asked the press to be here today because I'm challenging you to a debate. Radio station WZKW next Saturday. How about it?
Well, I guess...
excuse me.
Sure.
Excuse us, please. Come on, Rock. All right, look, Rock. This is a great opportunity here, so long as you take the offensive, all right? You should enthusiastically agree to debate with Ray Boyd, then you can blast him for doing nothing about crime and nothing about drugs. You should say that drug dealers like Andre Thompson want you out of the race because they know they won't have any problems with that Ray Boyd.
Okay.
All right, break.
Joey, right now, I don't feel like nailing anybody, okay? All right.
What's...
Rock, honey, what is going on with you?
Eleanor, when Andre Thompson walked into the house with Sheila yesterday, I just realized how vulnerable she is and how vulnerable our baby is. In the past, when I went up against Andre, our situation was different. But we have a baby and Sheila to think of now. Eleanor, I got into this race, you know, to try to make this neighborhood a decent place to raise our kids, you know, but now I'm wondering whether this campaign is just putting them in danger.
Look, baby, I'm worried too. But I don't think we have much of a choice. If we don't try and do something now, we're always going to be in danger. That's why everybody's behind you.
That's just the other thing. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's counting on me to do something. But even if I get elected, how can I solve everybody's problem, huh? I mean, every day in this campaign, people are coming at me with serious problems that I don't have the answers to. Thank you. I just never imagined it would be this hard.
Hey, Rock. There's somebody here who has a question for you about removing graffiti.
Okay, yeah. See, here's another problem I don't have an answer to, you know, so I'm just going to stand there and nod my head and say, yeah, I agree with that, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I agree with that, yeah.
Oh, Joey. Rock is in a bad way. He's worried about that darn Andre, and he's afraid he's not going to be able to handle this job.
Oh, man, it's no good. Look. All right, I'm going to do something about this.
I'm telling you, they gotta pay these boys some money, man. What's this all about, Joey?
Andre, we'd like to have a word with you. I think you know everybody here.
I know you boys are not here selling Girl Scout cookies.
Andre, you really shouldn't be trying to tell jokes. Because you ain't no funny man.
William Long, I ain't got no beef with you, man. So won't you stay out of this?
No. You sell drugs to babies, and I don't like that. Now, I'm down with the Emerson campaign. You mess with Rock, you mess with me and all my people.
You also messing with me. You know you don't want no parts of that. Let me tell you something right now, Dre. Something finna change in this community right now, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Don't ever step to me like that, Ronnie.
Hold on, Mr. Paxton.
Man.
Let's not get violent amongst ourselves. My brother. You need to understand that the Nation of Islam completely supports Brother Emerson's campaign. And we're as determined as Brother Paxton and Brother Long. With the help of Allah, we will get the drugs out of this neighborhood.
Beginning to get the point, Andre?
Now get this straight, Andre. People here represent every segment of the community. We want you to stop making threats against Rock's campaign. Just back off.
Let me explain something to you, Joey. I'm a businessman, you understand? And I don't like when people cut into my business.
Well, maybe it's about time for you to find yourself a new business.
Straight like that.
Yeah, I hear y'all.
Mm-hmm.
End of discussion.
Ain't no way in the world I'm finna just let this phone cut off out of here.
All right, Long. He heard us. He heard you. Thanks, bro. All right, look. Rock can't know that we did this, all right? If he finds out we came down here and talked to him, he wouldn't be happy about it, so nobody can tell him.
Why not? The only person he'd be mad at is you.
And none of us want that, do we? Right? Oh, come on, hey, come on, y'all, don't do this to me now. Hey, how about y'all lunch? Come on. 6 rib and 2 fish dinners, y'all, come on.
And with 50% of the precincts reporting, we can now project a winner in the 11th Council District. It's Raymond Boyd with 58% of the vote to Rock Emerson's 39.5% of the vote.
Damn.
Oh, Rock, I'm sorry, baby.
Now in the world they gonna let a man like that get elected.
I'll tell you how, because he spent 10 times the money we did on TV ads.
Rock, you know with that bum in office, nothing's going to change. This stinks, man.
Hey, wait a minute. You're taking this all wrong. We didn't lose this campaign, we won. I mean, it's a victory that Easterwood Park is safe for the kids again. Look. Look, we built an organization that can turn this neighborhood around. And it doesn't end here. I mean, I don't have to be a councilman, right? For us to demand safer neighborhoods, better schools and parks where our children can play. This is our government. We should stay in their faces until they listen.
Yeah, boy, just like we got up in Andre's face when we went over there last week. I'm gonna give me some shrimp.
What is he talking about? Who got in Andre's face?
Rock, I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I saw the way this Andre thing was eating at you, man, so I had to do something about it, so I got William Long, I got Ronnie Paxton, Brother Malik, Carlos, and some of the other brothers together, and we went down and paid Andre a little visit and basically told him to lay off your campaign.
So you did that, huh?
Look, before you get all mad and start going off here, let me point this out. Sly drove the van.
Joey, I've only got one thing to say to you. Thanks.
Thanks?
Yeah. I always was talking about how you weren't taking this campaign seriously enough, but I guess you were. And you came through for me when I needed it most. And you know what? I owe you.
Through with it. He better come through with it today. I'm tired of playing.
The hell you doing here, Andre?
Won't you mind your business, trash man? Yo, man, this is Dre. How far we go back, man? Now you telling me you ain't hanging no more? Look, man. I'm reaching out to you. You're the last person I can turn to. So what are you saying? Oh, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, when you came out the penitentiary, who schooled you? Yeah, well, who put clothes on your ass? Yeah, well, let me tell you something. What y'all looking at? Oh, yeah. Y'all think this is funny, huh? Well, let me just say something. I'm a little embarrassed, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I gotta hand it to y'all. I really admire you all's commitment and determination to ruining my business. I guess this is what the Wall Street Journal would call a hostile takeover. Huh. Get me out of here.
You see, I told you we could do this. We got him right. He's starting to fall apart.
As long as we keep the pressure on him, we got him. He ain't nothing. Nobody want no parts of him. Even the other deal.
That's right. We're one punch away from knocking Andre Thompson out.
Trash man. Can I talk to you for a second? In private.
Yeah, sure. You can talk to me. What do you want?
You know, it's been 3 years that you've been sticking in my side. I gotta be honest with you, man. If it was anybody else, I would have taken him out a long time ago. I don't know, there's something about you, man, that makes me stop and think. And don't get me wrong, man. It's not like I'm getting a conscience all of a sudden.
Oh, you know what, Andre? Maybe you're more like me than you want to think. See, right now, you sell garbage. But maybe deep in your heart, you really want to pick it up. I mean, work on that trash truck with me.
You really expect me to give up my fine house, my car, all the fine things in life that you'll never have?
Well, I don't envy you. You've acquired all those nice things off the blood of your own people. And when you die, how much of that nice stuff do you think you'll be able to take with you? How much of that stuff will they be able to cram into your casket?
You know, I used to always wonder what makes guys like you tick.
Well, I'll tell you, Andre. I mean, it's easy. Compared to you, I'm living the good life. You see, Andre, I can sit with my back to the door. I can sit with my back to the door and relax. 'Cause I know I haven't done anybody wrong.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. There are a million ways to die. Only 2 ways to live. Rich or poor. And this is the only way that I know how to get rich. Don't get me wrong, I'm not apologizing for a damn thing. But when I look at my life, I don't see no other way. You see, man, I've been in and out of penal institutions since I was 11 years old. And I don't see no other way. Maybe it's messed up my mind or something. All I know is that I can barely read above a 6th grade level, but I know how to count money. So you see, I'm just a pawn in this drug game. All I know is that I'm trying to achieve a piece of the American dream the only way they will allow me. So you see, if you move me out of this neighborhood, it ain't gonna make no difference. Another drug dealer's just gonna come in and set up shop. And I'm telling you something. I spared your ass, trash man. Maybe the next guy won't do that.
Well, you see, Andre, that's where you